Oh yes, you must be entertaining.
Oh man.
All right, so to kind of backtrack a little bit, you guys last time, no, I meant by pull him out so he's sitting at the top of the combat, the top list. That's what I meant. You last time you guys went down a sinkhole into a weird temple-ish kind of thing, and I believe you met your first elemental cult.
Had
And
that
took
priest
them
that made
out.
a run for it.
Yep, you tried to beat up on some priest and he hauled ass, and you guys didn't even see him.
Wow. And we got money.
Yes, you did get money. You guys are rich, actually.
Did we get that last time? Or
No, I didn't give it out last time. I just gave it
oh
out
yeah,
now.
you're right. You didn't give us money last time.
Nope. Because I honestly thought there was more to to that than there was, but I see there is not. So I'm kind of upset about that. And
Yes, we were
yes,
still broke last time.
you guys are back in Red Larch. What would you like to do?
So I was writing. Probably should look at doing a little bit of shopping, huh?
Did
Sure,
we
some
have
of us
any
need to like upgrade armor and
overarching-
things.
Did we have any overarching things we needed time? Like any other quests we hadn't quite resolved, or any places we hadn't been to in town yet?
No, you guys resolved all the starter quests you did. Honestly, you know what I should have done to make up for the experience. Now that I look back at it, I should have actually rolled for like random wilderness encounters while you guys were going back and forth from all those locations.
Run! It's an owlbear! Run!
I'm sorry, what number session is this? Is this session 3?
Yes, this is episode 3.
Yeah, I think I spent almost all my money on a healing potion last time, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I did. Maybe I should actually buy like a component pouch or something.
Don't you have a druidic focus?
I do, but it's good to have a backup.
Sure. You know, I always kind of wondered, does that staff you get as a druidic focus, does that count as a quarterstaff?
I always thought it did.
I think it does. It's just an overpriced one. Probably because you have to get it out of special wood or whatever.
Yeah, because I ended up taking something else from my druid, and I have the staff from the druidic focus, and I just use that shit as a quarterstaff. I cast Shillelagh on it every time and beat the shit out of things.
Because I think the Druid Focus staff, it's like 20 gold or something, isn't it? Oh no, no, that's 5 gold. Maybe you're just paying the premium because you have to have, have a specially consecrated special wood, all that good stuff. It can't just be a stick.
Well, no, I got mine out as the starter equipment. You guys can see the map, right?
Yeah.
A red larch? Yes.
It doesn't show you any of the areas, like any of the little pin drops or anything.
Nothing, just a map.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Like this kind of component pouch, man. It's a throwback to the old Living Greyhawk games I used to play when it was common for, at least in the games we played, where the rogues would actually steal component pouches or holy symbols off of enemy spellcasters in combat to stop them from casting spells. So you always wanted backups. But I don't know if you can do sleight of hand for that anymore in the middle of combat. But yeah, back in the day, you spoke your skill so high that you would just snatch it and be like, aha, you're not casting anything anymore. Man, I'm just too old when I'm referring back to old editions. Back in my day, elf was a class.
It sounds interesting. At the same
That's
time, I'm
fine.
like, I'm happy
You
we
played
have
chainmail
5e.
too?
That's fine. I shark.
You played chainmail as well?
You know, I did. I think I told you guys the story that I actually helped take care of the writer of Chainmail a while back.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I worked in a rehab department at the assisted living facility that he lived in.
So would you guys like to visit the tavern?
Why, certainly. Let's get
Sure.
some ale.
Once I find which one is the damn tavern.
I think. Do I need anything else?
I just opened it up. What the hell did I do with the tavern? I apologize for this.
Oh, no worries. Trying to figure out, like, okay, did I get... Right.
Huh. I don't have enough money for a horse yet. You know, that is one of the things I like about 5th edition, though, is it isn't like the previous editions where by 3rd level you're like, oh, I got all the armor and all the horses and everything I need. You actually got to scrounge a bit for the first few levels.
Oh, yes.
That to me is one of the things that I always liked about Dungeons & Dragons is that it was managing resources. And they got back to that a little bit more in 5e. You know, you actually have to think about light. You know, you only have so many spells. You only have so much healing.
I do wonder how Pathfinder is, but at the same time I don't, because I'm like, the more I hear about it, the more I'm like, all that math.
Okay, I found it. As you approach the tavern, you notice a sign that says, "The Helm at High Sun." Right across the long road from the Swinging Sword Inn stands a ramshackle 2-story tavern. Rusty metal grills cover its small, dirty windows. The tavern's name is very clearly printed in large, simple letters on both sides of a jutting wooden sign. Atop the sign is a rusting, oversized adornment, a warrior's bucket helm with 2 islets. Actually, an upside-down washtub. As you open the door and step inside is a large, dimly lit, wooden-paneled tap room. An open-tiered wooden staircase climbs to the upper floor, which is just as dim and darkly paneled as the tap room. Across the back of the tap room is a long bar with 3 copper candle lanterns hanging over it, and a stair leading down to the cellars.
Hey, Kevin,
Yes.
I bought a totem for Blue. I remember last time we played, I was talking about how I needed to use one of the bones from like a knuckle bone from the last skeletons we fought, because I thought he was very saucy and I wanted to use him as part of my totem. Can I like build that into it?
Yes.
I don't know what a droid totem would look like. Like a weird little doll from Blair Witch? I don't know.
I figure a druid totem would kind of be like some,
Plants and wood.
No, I figured it'd be like some kind of, I would say like, either a raven's claw or some kind of animal foot adorned with like either flowers or feathers around it. Almost kind of like a Native American totem that you may see.
Yeah, 'cause I figure you could just drape mistletoe across your shield.
Well,
I mean,
like I said, my druid ends up having a shield and using his quarterstaff one-handed. Or well, her quarterstaff, because my druid is a female.
yeah, I seriously have not played a druid since first edition. Back in my day, druids had to fight for their level.
Is there anyone in the tavern at the moment, like a barkeep?
Yeah, there's a few people. There's a barkeep, and as you introduce yourself, you find out her name is Graylin Harlathol. Or Harlathrol.
It has a nice ring to it. Oh, Garland?
Yep, Garland. Oh,
I'll
hey,
ask
I'm
her-
sorry, it's a man.
Okay, I'll ask him if he's heard any news from the caves that so many expeditions have gone to.
He hasn't heard any rumors at all, but as you're asking him, you notice that one of the patrons, a female half orc, is kind of she looks drunk and she's kind of like yelling and screaming.
What is she
She
yelling?
looks a little distraught.
We understand what she's though?
Yeah, as you listen in a little better, you can hear her yelling about how she recently quit a caravan that came from, I think that's Bellerad, through Westbridge. They came to Red Larch 2 days ago. The caravan continued south without her, but she can confirm that she brawled with with some Mirabarian guards that went missing from a delegation that was here 15 days ago. And you could hear her kind of saying, I could care less what happened to those dirty bastards.
Do we have any idea why she might call them dirty bastards?
She got into a fight with one of them.
Aha!
She what?
She got into a fight with one of them.
Lover's spat?
No. She was part of another caravan in the Mirabarian delegation was around here, and they kind of got into a basically they just bumped into each other and weren't very happy.
Hopefully they weren't in a circus caravan.
No.
Drowning her woes in ale?
Yes.
Aha! I will give her a wide berth.
Hey, do they got baths here?
No.
Oh, that's true. Their wash tub's on top of the sign, isn't it?
Yes. This is a tavern. The inn is across the street.
I will ask Garland if there are any bounties or any kind of things that people need doing that need a strong arm, or a bit of like spells. So, has any clue about any of that? Considering clientele usually will come through a tavern.
Not in here there aren't, but you might want to ask around town. Maybe someone around town knows what's going on.
I'll ask him, where's your nearest cathedral or church?
He says, why, that's down the street, and To the south is the All Faiths Shrine. All Faiths Shrine.
I'll go there now.
As you go there on the west side of the long road, just south of the inn's stable yard, stands what looks like a grand stone mansion. Two wide wooden doors, painted with the symbols of many gods, stand open day and night. Inside is a plain chapel with a stone altar.
If the doors are open or unlocked, I will enter.
Yep.
Do I see
Can
anyone?
I go with him if he's heading off to this church?
Yes. Anyone that wants
If he
to go
doesn't
with
mind some company.
anyone that wants to go with him can go with him, unless you guys want
Sure,
want
come
to
along.
split up and search other areas.
Oh, I'm happy to join. I pour my ale into a water skin and then carry it along, sipping on it as we go.
Ashhearth, are you coming along, sir?
Ashhart follows on his small legs.
So did you get that booze to go in like a little sippy cup or something, or?
Oh, it's just in my water skin. I poured out the water.
When I go in, I want to see if there's anyone in there, and if so, if they are following a good deity, I want to talk to them about what we found in the cave-in.
You notice one person in there. He looks to be wearing priest robes, and around his neck. Go ahead and roll me a religion check as you see a holy symbol around his neck. There's actually two. Another one looks like an acolyte, and she is also wearing a holy symbol around her neck. So
Apparently Blue thinks it's just a disco medallion.
yes, Blue has no idea who they worship, and Osgrim is scratching his head, not knowing about any of the other gods but the one he worships.
I'm
Or-
throwing names out at other people. I'm like, is it this? Is it this? Do you think it's this?
Aurea and Ashhart, you both see the male human is wearing a holy symbol of Tempest, and the female has a holy symbol of Sune around her neck.
Multiple deities.
Yep. Well, this is a shrine dedicated to all the gods.
I asked both of them, are they willing to talk to us in private?
The male, whose name is Imdar, says he will talk to you in private. The female's like, I have things I need to do.
I'll tell her very well and greet the men. We go to a private corner where others can't hear our conversation, but we can see, basically anyone coming in and out if that's possible.
Okay.
The corner or alcove with back towards the wall.
Exactly. And I tell him, hey, brethren, we have found trouble under these lands. And I go through and tell him everything we've experienced.
Okay. Before I continue on that, when you guys were walking from the tavern to the priest to the shrine, you did hear a caravan of guards kind of standing outside. They were all talking about how a group of Mirabarians passed through. I can't even pronounce that one. I'm not even going to try.
Is Mirabarians is that like a country or?
They're residents of Mirabar, which is a city.
Belirod?
Billerad?
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's the same caravan that the drunk woman was talking about?
Yes.
They were heading over to that place?
Yes. No, they passed through that place.
Why were they interested? Was it just that they were talking about it?
No, they were just talking about it.
Would the priest have any idea about the gentleman who ran away? Describe him, like, ring any bells to him? What the disappearance tell?
Yeah, you guys let them know everything that's going on, but he doesn't know anything about that man that ran away or who he was.
I will ask if there are any quests or any kind of like things people need to get done over here, or if they've gotten any word from the Keeves. If there's any info anywhere.
He again says that you should maybe ask around town.
Will do.
Give me 1 second and I'll give you some more info on that.
So I guess telling them that I can marry people for a 5 gold piece donation is kind of tacky.
Yeah, because the acolyte outside says she marries people for free.
Hey, that's bad for business for both of us.
Yeah, no, there aren't any more quests around here.
Well, there was that secret door that Earth Priest escaped out of. Even if we couldn't follow him, perhaps we can try searching the area for tracks now.
I thought there was a cave-in over there. Like he said of a
Oh,
cave-in.
that's right. It was one of those rocks fall, everyone dies things, wasn't it?
Yes.
Like rocks fall, yes, you can no longer follow. So yes, I will spend an hour or two going around town, saying hello to people, and checking out the kids who we saved from that collapse, and seeing if anyone needs any help. Just like like passing through kind of thing.
I'm gonna look for information on that cult. Actually, I want to see if there's a or the gauntlet here.
I was kind of thinking that too. Or seeing if there's other druids in the area that might know something about this Earth cult.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay.
Yep.
Can we be flashing our faction signs as we talk to people to see if anyone responds?
Yeah, you walk around asking about the cult, and you could hear the people you talk to about them. They kind of grumble about it, and it seems to you as though anybody that they find out belonging to that cult has been shunned. And as you continue asking it, it seems that some of those cultists have either fled the town or have turned on each other and ended up killing each other.
Are there any Emerald Enclave individuals in town?
No.
Any?
Well, besides me?
Yes. Meaning like a
Oh.
point of contact in town who we can be like, yes, not everyone's gone to the caves.
And you also keep hearing these rumors as you're going around. You find somebody near the. You find a priest of Lathander who's been staying in the Swinging Swords Inn. He says that he says that the mirror again. You keep hearing these rumors about the Mirabarians passing through Beliard.
Are they particularly important individuals? Like, who are these milliards or milli? Yeah, who are these people that people seem to take note of them so much?
You need to go ask the people that you've heard rumors about.
Sure, will do. So once they step again, we can head over there and find out more about them.
And the priest kind of directs you to a few more people. He's like he tells you, "Oh, I've heard people talking about rumors about the Mirabarians." He directs you towards someone named Endrith Valivo, who who is in what's area 22? Who owns a shop towards the south of the road.
Right. We'll head over there to see what's up with this caravan. Something we should take.
There's also a shepherd. A shepherd that's heard some rumors as well. A shepherd by the name of Larmon Greenboot. Which one do you want to go to first? There's the priest of Lathander. You've heard what the guy at the bar has to say. That's the one that got into the fight. There's the
Wait, whoever's closest.
from the shrine. It's gonna be the at the inn.
Sure.
Let's head there.
One door north of the All Faith Shrine stands the Swinging Sword. The inn is a 3-story stone structure crowned by a steep slate roof that bristles with many chimneys. A signboard just juts out from juts out over the door, hanging from chains. It's a 10-foot long carved wooden scimitar emblazoned with the inn's name in red paint on both sides. An inn yard with stables and outbuildings lies behind the building.
Well, seems like a cheery place. Head on in.
Okay.
Let's roll in.
Okay, so you're gonna go talk to the priest.
Sure, why not?
Yep.
That's a delegation of dwarves. Mirabar, I believe, is a dwarven city. Okay. I've been telling it to you guys a little wrong because it doesn't really explain much in the introduction to this chapter that I've read. The Mirabarian delegation, or the delegation from Mirabar, was supposed to be in Red Larch. They have not arrived. They're missing. as you talk to brother Erdon. Brother, he lets you know I roam across the small towns of the north, serving as a messenger and itinerant priest. I recently came from Beliard by way of Westbridge, and I can confirm that the delegation from Mirabar was in Beliard 210 days ago when I left. I am surprised that the dwarves have yet not turned up, since I thought they intended to stop by Red Larch.
What could have detained them?
I don't know. I didn't spend much time talking to them.
Were they well guarded, like well fortified? Did they have a lot of troops or able to help the caravan?
Yes, I believe they were.
What was their reason for traveling to Red Larch?
Let me look that up.
So is Red Larch actually a pretty sized town? Because it seems like there's a lot of caravans coming here.
Yeah.
Or is it just along a trade route?
I think it's along a trade route. He doesn't know why they were traveling here.
Well, we thank him for his time. And did he have any information about possible people who might need some help or anything we can do? Does he know of anybody? Some extra hands while we're trying to figure this tree out.
He says maybe you guys should go looking for the Mirabar delegation. I'm pretty sure there's a reward with finding out what happened to them.
You would assume they'd have to be along the trade route.
Yep.
That'd be a good place to start, right?
Yep.
Who is the mayor or the head of this town?
Are you taking this all the way up to the top?
I'm more curious about if they have like any particular information or if they have a bounty or something else that might help us on our way there to help us deal with the issue.
a gentleman by the name of Harbach, and I cannot pronounce that last name.
Okay, we go in search of Harbuncle.
That guy.
And work. Never mind. We go in search of Harbuk. And, well, I'll go in search of Harbuk to mention about us going to look for this mysterious missing delegation of caravans. And if he has any info and if he could provide us anything for our trip.
Okay.
Have a set of horses so faster.
Yeah, as you come up, he's not really at a central place. He's um at Jalassa at the butcher's, next door to Duroth's Fine Poultry stands four identical single-story stone buildings running back from the street in a line. The front building has a painted sign of a ham being carved by a cleaver accompanied by no words.
To grab lunch before we go, guys. Food.
Do you need a berry? Or do you want like actual like potatoes and stuff?
I point to the sign. That looks good.
Ale.
They might have bacon.
Bacon. Quite interested. So we go in search of Harbunk, also eyeing the charcuterie or the butcher and his choice cuts. Trying to find the gentleman.
He's in there.
Hello, my good sir.
Hello. How can I be of service to you?
We couldn't help but overhear about with the missing caravans, the Mirabars caravan.
What caravan? There hasn't been a caravan from Miravar.
Exactly,
because
they
there
were
was.
missing.
I haven't heard word of a caravan from Miravar coming this way.
Haven't? It's all around town. There are multiple sightings.
I've no time for listening to rumors.
Can I inside check him to see if he is lying?
He's telling you the absolute truth.
Righty, I totally believe him. Righty. Well, would you happen to know of anyone else who is in need of any help or anything else we could do to provide assistance for anyone in town?
He remembers you guys that you did provide some decent assistance with some of the other rumors that were going around and some other things. He's like, right now there's no work to be had. You've done a good job, adventurers, with things in the past.
Right, keep us in mind if you have any work come up.
That's true, there was that sinkhole and all.
And
Yep.
cultists.
As you mentioned, the cultist, he kind of thumbs his nose up and doesn't look too happy about that. Or doesn't look too happy about the cultist, period.
Has
Does
that
he happen to know
situation
anybody
been
else that
resolved?
knows about cultists and where to find
Yes.
them?
We're trying to remove the situation from your town.
He just tells you to go ask around town.
Common sentiment around. Thank you for your time. Sounds like maybe there is no delegate. Think, guys.
There is no what?
Like there is no delegation or caravan or anything from the Mirabarian.
We can always talk to the shepherd.
Oh yes, there was that one shepherd. Yes, let's take a look. See.
Lamar Greenboot.
Let's go
Although if
see
he doesn't
Lamar.
watch his step, he'll be Lamar Brownboot.
You find him in Gelkirk's, inside a cluttered shop full of lounging customers, most of them men in no particular hurry to be waited on, with old hair clippings. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a barber shop. With old hair clippings tortured underfoot and on the sagging board floor. And you guys also notice as you walk by where the sinkhole was, it seems as though the town has covered it up. They've put a makeshift wall around it and everything.
Nothing to see. Move along.
Okay. Um, is there who's the mayor or whatever the leader of this town? Maybe we should talk to them
You just
to
did.
see the.
That was the guy at the butcher.
No, no, I'm sorry. Of the what do you call it? Town historian or whatever. Somebody who knows the history.
Oh.
Um, Red Larch is a simple town. They have no historian.
Nah, it
And
was
yeah,
a long shot.
and yes, there is a bathhouse.
Is there a very, 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 very old resident of the town who might be prone to gossip?
Wait, back that up a minute. Did you say there's a bathhouse?
Yes, there is a bathhouse, and you being Emerald Enclave know the owner of the bathhouse is the Emerald Enclave contact.
Ooh.
You know, this suddenly got a lot more intriguing.
Yes, to the bathhouse we go after we talk to the shepherd.
It's funny, just a few minutes ago I was talking about how I need a bath.
Yes.
I'm going to be the one druid that actually bathed, but still always smells like patchouli.
He as you come by, as you're coming up to talk to Lamar and Green Boot, he's telling a story to his friends, a story of how he's been finding mysterious, freshly dug graves in the Somber Hills.
Are those close to here? I assume because he's probably been like grazing sheep out there.
Yes, they are.
Can we take a moment to listen in on this the tale that he tells?
Yeah, you take a moment to listen in.
Is it just empty digging holes or graves, or what is it?
They're just freshly dug graves.
Nothing in them.
Yeah.
You must peer inside.
Okay, I see what this is. Chapter 2 is just a bunch of fluff. Gotcha. I seriously wish
Hopefully
they...
it's not graves that are freshly emptied.
No. They're freshly dug graves. See, this is what gets me about some of the things they put in these adventures and Adventure League stuff. They don't tell you much.
Wait, so if chapter 2 is fluff, how do we finish it?
Well, it's supposed to lead you to chapter 3, like give you rumors and stuff, but this is weird. I apologize. I really don't have this book, and it's kind of hard for me to sit in front of a computer screen and read ahead with the way Fantasy Grounds does stuff. And I'm not.
Maybe one of the reasons it's not run as much, so thank you for running it.
And I'm honestly not going to spend another $35 to buy the book just to read through it. I've tried to find a PDF and I haven't been that lucky.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, have you looked for a PDF online?
No, actually, I think Gail sent me a PDF. I should just.
I did, though I didn't open it, but yes.
If you have that link, can you send it to me again? And be sure to freaking put that in my iBooks on my iPad, and I'll just read through it ahead of time.
Sure.
Okay. Basically, the story he's telling: 4 new graves, simple rock carrions, really have appeared on a windswept hilltop in Somber Hills, a few miles outside of town. He has no idea who would have been buried out there in the last few days. He does say, as people kind of act like they don't believe him, he's like, I could take you there.
Could he take us there?
He asked us to him as he says this.
He looks at you and he goes, "Sure. I'll take you in the morning." You could kind of see that he's just like kind of scared and doesn't really want to go back out there.
Don't worry, we will keep you protected. And do you know anything about caravans that went missing from the Mirabarians?
No, he doesn't know anything about that.
Oh, okay. Tiny, so then to the bathhouse to get clean so that we can get filthy again when we go into graves.
Oh,
I
remember,
pass.
remember, guys, as you guys were running through the Tomb of Moving Stones, you did find a bunch of trade bars that were minted in Mirabar.
Oh, okay.
So part of the caravan made it here.
Or the cult has roots in Mirabar. And yeah, it might have some connections there. And they were last seen in Bellerad?
Yep.
Maybe
Yes.
after the grave we should head out to Bellerad and check out the trade route going there.
I will. That's fine with me. But if you guys are planning on going to that bathhouse and stuff, I'll stand outside and do guard.
Man, I was so looking forward to the whole awkwardness of the dwarf in the bathhouse.
I didn't think of that.
Enjoy yourself.
Oh, I will. I go in search of the Emerald Enclave contact. Do we both go?
Yep.
While they're doing that, did you say there was an Order of the Gauntlet faction in the town? Kevin?
Yeah, the Priest of Tempest is the Order of the Gauntlet contact.
And we haven't gone and talked to them yet, have we?
Yes, you have.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just lean over on my hammer and wait for them to come out. I'm not going to no bathhouse.
A few flies start buzzing around your head as it's been a few days since you've taken a bath.
I'll take a bite at them. You know, that's protein.
Come on, Osgrim, all the cool kids are doing it.
I'm a dwarf, not a kid.
As you walk in, half barrels planted with aromatic herbs and flowers flank the entrance, and the windows are decorated with flower-filled window boxes. Inside is a tidy room that functions as a dressmaker's shop and a fitting room. Beyond two sets of doors are bathing chambers that emanate pleasant smells and warm dampness.
Is there anybody around?
Yes, she is. She is the Emerald Enclave contact.
Is she hanging out in a bathtub, or is she at the front desk, or?
She's at the front desk.
I'm a little curious where they get all the water from. Are they on top of a well, or is it a natural spring, or?
It's on top of a well. It's a bathhouse / dress shop.
Lovely. I approach and I say, hello, and make a sign of the Emerald Enclave. And I turn to Blue.
Yeah, I was kind of curious too. What is the sign of the Emerald Enclave?
I have no clue. But I make it.
Good thing we're on the west side of town. If we did that on the east side of town, they'd get shot.
Give me 1 second.
No problem.
Okay, here. I'm gonna give you guys this adventure hook. Osgrim. Before you came to Red Larch, an ancient map has come into your possession, showing you the location of a forgotten dwarf stronghold beneath the somber hills. That's giving you a reason to go to an RP reason to go check out the Somber Hills. What kind of paladin are you? Arya or Gale? Blue and Ashheart. This one is for you. You have seen the Earth Prophet, Marlos. I can't even pronounce that. I'm not gonna try. URN or RYALE. In dreams, and know that Marlos is a dangerous villain who must be stopped.
No.
I'll spell it out for you. You've seen in visions and dreams, you have seen this guy.
Any identifying features? Like, was he dressed like some of those other cultists, or was he just generally a bad guy?
I'm actually going to metagame this because I know you've played a couple of Season 3 games. I think you did one with me. He's dressed like a cultist of the Crushing Earth, or whatever that cult is.
Is that the same as what we found in that sinkhole?
Yes.
I know it was like a cult of some sort.
Yeah. And, Gale. Thugs associated with the water cult broke into the workshop where you apprenticed, murdered the master smith, and stole the beautiful sword that she'd made. Yeah. So what do you guys want to keep doing? You still want to walk around town and keep looking for rumors of the
Well, first things first, how much for a bath?
both of you being Emerald Enclave, it's
User disconnected
on the
from your
house.
channel.
Ooh. And has she heard about any water cultists that have been in the area?
User
Revenge.
joined your channel.
She's heard a few rumors here and there, but not really.
Nothing concrete.
Not really anything concrete.
I'm back.
Anything
Can you
about
guys
the
hear me?
caravan?
No, I
Yes.
can't. She had.
Say no.
She hasn't heard anything about the caravan.
What about the slumbering hills and the graves, the ominous graves?
She tells you that she's heard that guy telling stories of the graves.
Go and have a nice long bath, and I hold my breath and duck my head in and stay under for 5 minutes.
Can't you breathe water?
No, I can hold my breath.
No, she's
Oh,
air.
you're an air genasi.
Yes.
I should.
Air. I
You're
might
thinking
have
of my
to.
water genasi that you've DM'd in the past one.
Yeah. Give me a second. I gotta blow my nose.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna speed things up a little bit. As you guys continue to kind of wander around Red Larch and ask around, there's a few more rumors that you pick up. The Mirabarian delegation was last seen in the town of Belliard. This information came from the caravan guard in the helm in in the helm at high sun, and the priest of Lathander that was in the swinging sword who just came from Belliard. A dozen beautiful old books written in Dwarvish showed up in the cargo of a shady keelboat skipper in Wumford. You hear this rumor from Endrich Villavo, a local shopkeeper drinking at the Swinging Sword, who bought one of the books from a merchant recently arrived from Wumford. You've already heard about the graves. An Amanian merchant heading north on the long road stopped in Thorsk Thelron's workshop for a wagon repair. His goods were marked by strange symbols like a bowl. He paid Thorsk well and talked about a big gathering of druids he was heading to, hoping to sell kegs of beer and various trinkets.
Wait, Druid Stock's going on and they didn't invite me again?
And you've received directions to the Scarlet Moon Hall.
Is that where they're meeting?
Yep.
Well, I like the sounds of the Scarlet Moon Hall, but I don't know about the rest of you guys.
I was kind of curious about those graves, but maybe
Works
they
for
can
me.
wait. The hall seem urgent, or could it wait tonight?
I assume it's a couple days off, right?
Where are the two locations, like the slumbering hills and the hall? Like, where would they be on, like, journeying?
Let me see if I find a map to show you. So you guys are in Red Larch. The Somber Hills are just to the east.
Oh, north. A large pot. And then go to either Belliard or we could go to Summit Halls. I mean, there are two paths that would go to either. Like we could take large path and then stone trail, or we could take large path and then we could take run through the Vale of Dancing Waters to get to the Desserin Road, Summit Hall.
I gotta say, this Vale of Dancing Waters, that just sounds like a good time.
Is
I say no strategic reason. It
You-
just sounds good.
You honestly don't know where the Vale of Dancing Waters is.
oops. What about Summit Hall? Do we know where that is, or?
Well, if nothing else, that same general direction is the direction where those mounds were with the empty graves, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
To the
Uh,
east.
No, you don't know about Summit Hall. You know about the towns, which would be the circles and stuff.
Oh, so yeah, we head over to the graves, and hopefully maybe stumble across information about Summit
Can we
Hall.
maybe
and
find
where it
out
is.
about the location of Summit Hall from our Emerald Enclave contact?
How would they know?
Nope.
Righty.
If we get in the area, we might see some druid signs.
Is there any documentation in town, an archive or something like that?
Or a library.
In the town, no, there is not.
Well, there's my vote. In the morning, I say we go east, go to these open graves, and then continue on in the general direction wherever this druid hoedown is.
I'll make sure I tell the guys or everybody in the party about the map that I have.
Oh, what is this map about?
It leads us to an underground, sacred, or ancient dwarven city.
That sounds really.
Wait,
Where-
that sounds
where does it
promising
say?
too.
Yeah, where does it locate? It's supposed to.
Somber Hills.
Especially considering I think it was dwarven ruins that were in that sinkhole, weren't they?
Exactly.
Oh, they look like gobbledygook to me. But let's head over graves and old dwarven city.
Sounds like it's all kind of generally in the same direction.
All roads.
Okay. So when you wake in the morning, you actually find the shepherd waiting outside the inn for you guys.
How does he look?
He looks frightened.
I grab him by the shoulder and then give him a hug. Being like, don't worry, we have your back here. Lead us to it. Of the issue. Have you seen what we've done for the rest of the town? And I start regaling him about all the things we've done for the town so far.
So he leads you a few miles. He leads you a few miles east of the Red Larch. On a barren hilltop a few miles from Red Larch, you find 4 freshly dug shallow graves. The earth is scraped out for the holes is piled nearby, although hastily gathered stones cover the graves. The faint smell of death hangs in the air, and several vultures circle overhead. Larman is with you guys, and he kind of explains that he found these graves because he grazes his sheep in a nearby valley, and he passed by this spot less than a month ago. There weren't any graves present on his previous visit. He found them just a couple of days ago and has no idea who might be buried here. None of the folk in Red Lodge are missing, and he doesn't know anyone else out this way. The hills are mostly uninhabited.
So is anything in
Ouch.
these graves?
Would you like to excavate the graves?
Before we headed out, could we have some like shovels?
Uh,
Knowing we were coming to some grave.
yeah, you did. I'm gonna say though, you may have had to buy them. Are shovels even in the adventuring gear?
Better be heavy. Yes, they are. 2 gold piece.
How many are you buying?
Buying any?
Are we talking we just have to like dig a hole, or are we talking we have to like excavate like Indiana Jones style?
Well, as far as you can tell, the graves are really shallow, and whatever dirt was dug up from these graves is laying next to each grave. There's just rocks piled on top of it. So really, technically, you don't need the shovels. You could just shove the rocks out of the way.
Wait, they're that shallow, so they're not really buried?
Yeah. They
Oh.
never threw the dirt back on. The dirt is literally right next to each grave.
Oh, okay, cool. Then no worries.
Okay.
I was just wondering if I had to turn into like a giant badger or something to dig it up.
That would be kind of cool.
You guys, you guys are standing there. You have a good view of the surrounding hills from this vantage point. Several miles to the west, you can see out the tiny outline of Red Larch and the thin, dark line marking the long road. Perhaps 2 miles to the north, you see another slender old tower circled by large birds. Nothing else is around here.
Large birds like vultures?
From this distance, you can't tell. You just know that they're large birds.
Is the creepy tower closer than wherever these dwarf ruins were?
It might be.
So did we find anything in these graves, or?
1 second.
Also curious if there's a trail of whoever dug them leading away
That was
from here.
actually, yeah, that was what I was going to help whoever wanted to check the tracks.
As you excavate the graves, you find one male dwarf dressed in artisan robes. You find a female human warrior dressed in a red surcoat with a black axe.
I want to examine the dwarf once you finish.
You find in another one a male human warrior dressed in a black cloak with strange stony armor. And in the final one, you find another male in white robes with black feathers at the shoulders. It looks like they all died from arrow wounds or crushing blows.
Do they look like adventurers, or do they look like cultists? Or do they look like they might be like nobles of some
Do they
sort?
have any faction emblems on them?
Um,
Recognize?
Go ahead and roll me a history check. They were shot by arrows, and some of them also looked like they took crushing blows, like they were maybe hit by a blunt weapon or object.
I was just building on William's joke about natural death. They were shot by arrows. Naturally, they died.
Array, go ahead and roll me a history check also. Yeah, you guys see some symbols on a couple of them, but you can't make them out. Anybody want
Can I
else?
attempt to? Yeah.
Sure.
I'm gonna say before I do, I'm gonna ask for divine help. History, you say, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. I'll give you guidance.
Blue can't make anything out. Ashheart, you can make out the female human who's dressed in the red surcoat with a black axe. You realize that is the symbol of Mirabar's army.
Ashford will look and convey the information.
Osgrim, give me damn, what kind of check should give me an investigation check.
I will help.
And since Gale is aiding you, give me that investigation check with advantage. As you examine the dwarf, you realize that the dwarf is actually a smith. As you find a couple of smithing tools on his body.
I turn around like Quincy and show the guys in the party what I found.
A bar that means fans by then were wailing.
Lamarn kind of volunteers some information. He tells you that tower in the distance is Feathergale Spire. All I know about that place is that knights out of Waterdeep come up here sometimes riding on flying monsters. He says they tend to keep to themselves.
Paladins or knights?
Knights.
Tracks anywhere?
What was that?
Do we see any tracks leading to or from the grave that aren't our own?
Nope.
Wonder who dug these then. How long they've been sitting here? Actually, we could
Medicine
ask
check?
our guide. Does he know how long they've been here?
What was that?
Our guide. Does he
User
happen to know how
disconnected
long
from
these
your
graves
channel.
have been here?
He says they're just recent. He's been coming and going from this location. This is where he normally takes his sheep to graze. They weren't there before. They just appeared in the past couple of days.
And they don't have any that could identify what they were doing.
And I wait till Osgrim comes back because his map actually gives him some information.
Did any of these bodies have any kind of religious artifacts on them, indicating if they were members of any different faiths?
Nope.
Well, we could always go to that tower to talk to the knights, even just to see if they have any information.
Back to follow.
Although being surrounded by like vultures and the like isn't that very good of a sign.
Wondering, I've heard of like other kinds of stuff, like something called a griffin. I've never seen one in person. Found it really cool. So, when if that's what they are. Or giant.
Yeah, like I said, it's 2 miles away. You can't really tell.
As we pour over Osgrim's map and try to figure out over there.
Osgrim, he would know the location of the Sacred Stone Monastery.
That sounds like a Did we want to take back and having technical?
You're kind of cutting in and out, Gale.
Better?
Yeah.
Did we want to take 5 while Bruce makes his way back due to the technical issues?
Yes.
After hour. I'm back,
Welcome back.
munching on popcorn. Did Bruce return?
Nope.
Ah, technical difficulties, probably.
Wondering if his internet like died out on him. Let me check my emails. Hello.
Could NPC him until he gets back?
Yeah, I'm already NPCing one person. It would literally cut your rolls very, very short.
Oh, was that rolls very short?
It would cut your rolls super short.
Oh, yeah, good point.
I should honestly just print the freaking PDF on my from my laser printer.
Might be easier in the long run. But I do like that, like, usually if you buy the PDFs, if you download them, they'll usually have like bookmarks and stuff with like because of Strahd. So it makes it easier to find stuff in there.
Oh, you have a Curse of Strahd PDF?
Yes.
Can you share that with me?
It's definitely easier because when I'm DMing it and I'm like, okay, so where are you right now? Which crypt? And I'm like, all I have to do is scroll rather than keep rifling through pages and going back and forth. And I have the bookmarks next to me so I can go back and forth in the chapter. Much simpler.
Yeah, I really need to change my push to talk button because when I'm on a browser and I hit my push to talk button, it opens up like 5 million browser pages.
I just given you a string of characters. Maybe it means something, maybe it doesn't. Who knows what it would be used for.
User joined your channel.
What the hell is that?
Sorry about that, guys. Windows Update decided to take over my PC.
Oh, I hate it when that happens. One time it took like over an hour for it to update.
Yeah, I had a little bit of the exorcism with my head spinning around waiting to see that count go up. I don't like it on 10. It automatically does it without even asking you.
Oh, I reverted back. I was like, screw you, I'm going back to pre-Windows 10. I factory reset the computer. I'm so much happier. Everything's much faster now. It was starting to freeze, like in Windows 10.
I love my Windows 10. I have not had any problems with it, except for the stupid Windows update where it does that, and it pisses me off.
And there's no way to stop it.
Nope.
All right, I'm back and I'm sandwiched up.
Well,
Yay!
mine ask me if I want to update. It tells me, hey, there's some updates. If you want to install them, turn off your computer. But then it's like an hour turning the computer back on.
Well, it only allows you to do that a couple of times before it automatically... You know what? You ignore me long enough. Fuck it, you're doing your upgrade now.
I would
But it's true.
I would punch my monitor.
One time it happened right before a game, and I ended up switching to my laptop, and then I switched back to the computer, and then my headset wasn't working, so I switched back to the laptop. It was crazy.
I'm back in.
Okay.
Yay!
Sorry for that delay, folks. I'm sorry.
No worries, you've all been through it.
So Bruce, your map gives you the location of of the Sacred Stone Monastery.
Ooh, I rub my little fat hands together and say, "We must go."
Where do we go? Where do we go? Where is this located at?
I don't think you guys are
Actually,
actually
I'm really
actually high enough level for that,
Oh, okay.
because it shows up in chapter 10.
TBK time, guys. TBK.
Wow, this story will go from a ballad to a dirge.
Very much so.
Yeah, no, I think you guys could do that.
Would we get significantly less XP though?
Oh no, never mind.
Just see, and then they encounter a dragon.
No, it's a little worse than that.
A Drask? A dragon turtle?
A lich?
I'm not gonna tell you. I was just looking at it, and like one of the encounters I looked at, I'm like, oh, you guys can do it. It's only a CR2 encounter.
And then it follows up with something else?
Yeah, then I looked at another encounter, and I'm like, oh no, 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 that's too tough for you guys. Uh, do remember that if you guys are trying to look for the mirror bar guys, you do know that the last place they were at was Belliard.
Okay, so they didn't make their way any closer, like through some slumbering hills or anything.
Well, the last place they were seen was Belliard.
So they might have disappeared between Belliard and Red Larch. They might have disappeared somewhere in Slumbering Hills then.
Yeah. I'm just gonna tell you from what you guys have heard, that some people in the know in Red Larch, they weren't on their way to Red Larch. They were on their way to a summit.
Summit for what?
They were bringing beer or something, weren't they?
We must recover the kegs.
Agreed. Agreed.
Well, perhaps we can follow Larch Path up to whatever that other path is. The Stone Trail. And then follow that down towards Summit Hall. See what happens.
Again, you don't know where Summit Hall is.
Yeah, so let's check out that tower, check out the Belliard, and see if we can find anything in
So which one do you
Yep.
guys want to do first?
tower. What do you guys think?
Rapunzel!
So the flying monsters around the tower are called Ra and Pun and Zil. So let's not call them down.
Wait, how do you know what they're called?
I'm embellishing.
Are you reading ahead?
Somebody read that PDF.
Can't respond, too busy munching on popcorn.
I'll pretend you didn't tell me you're reading it.
Rapunzel is as good a guess as any.
Okay, so 2 miles is going to take you guys quite a bit to get there. So, still the middle of the day. Ashhart, if you're back, roll me a d20. You guys didn't see that roll, did you?
Yours? No, it was in shadow.
Okay.
We saw that one.
Oh man, the dreaded number 1 is coming for us. Feel like the Tidy Bowl man. Oh,
About
never brought
that
data
key
joke.
tier number 2.
Yeah. Let me load up the module for battle maps. Actually, which Adventures League module had a good wilderness map? As you guys have been waylaid by 2 orcs and must defend yourselves. Yeah, good old Curse of Strahd map, forest maps. Go ahead and roll me initiative.
Could you please add me back to the combat tracker?
You're in the combat tracker.
I'm sorry, I meant the map. There we go.
Yeah, I kind of skipped over you for some reason.
Would you update the party sheet?
Who's missing from the party sheet?
It's showing our level.
Not sure why my initiative didn't go through combat tracker.
Ah, because you're on a different character than the one at the combat tracker. As is Ashhart, for some reason.
I had done final updating on my local PC, which might have been.
Alright. Ashhart rolled a 4, you rolled a 13. You rolling initiative for Owly? Owly goes first.
Are the foes adjacent or not?
No. They're 10 feet apart.
Okay, so Ali will just assist Ashhart.
I will run up and bonus action rage. That actually. I don't know, I will. I will attack.
You're always so angry.
Anger management. Really shouldn't have. Okay, moving on.
Blue, it is your turn.
I'm thinking I probably don't need to use spell slots on these guys. Famous last words, right?
Yep.
Actually, no, it was the one that. Sorry, I wanted the one that my compatriot was going after. Guess I'd have to go because we're all kind of straddling squares here. All right. I'll attack orc number 1. However, I will cast my Shillelagh spell so I can attack with a Shillelagh.
Okay.
Oh, my Shillelagh was weak. Oh, I didn't do my battle cry. That's why. All right, next turn, orc. I gotta look up what the heck that battle cry was.
You don't remember what I gave you?
No, how to spell it.
Oh,
This orc swings at you with his great axe. You jump out of the way as he buries his axe into the ground in front of you.
you
This
also have to remember what it means.
this second one runs up to Osgrim and swings his great axe at Osgrim
Very good.
and
I
misses.
actually did write it down.
Do you remember what it means?
It was like shit stick, wasn't it?
Osgrim, you are up.
I'm moving, and I will attack with my... No. Yeah, I'm not going to waste a spell slot. I'm just going to attack with my hammer on these guys. They're not worth it. And with those words, you know I'm going to miss.
Varian's gonna come over here and swing at this orc with whatever weapon he has.
Who's Varian?
That is Chris's character. Chris is not here. Actually, no. Varian is gonna sit back and shoot at them with a longbow.
I will give a familiar help to Varian.
Help!
Yeah, I don't think you needed the help, but thank you.
I do. Can you roll for me in the future?
Oh man, I played that homebrew campaign yesterday. My my barbarian crit for like 2 or 3 turns in a row.
Whoa.
And one of his turns, you know, at level 5 barbarians get 2 attacks. One of his turns, I crit for both my attacks.
Could you re-add a short on the map? He's going to hurl a bubble of acid at the enemies.
Okay.
And he's going to give familiar help to whoever attacks the enemy next.
Okay.
What's the little plus symbol on my icon for?
You resist poison.
I run over, I will take that advantage and I will hit.
Look at that, you don't even have to reckless.
My turn.
Yep, you slaughter both the orcs that came at you.
Do they have any goodies? And I hold on to their body. I'm like, who sent you? And I shake them.
Yeah, he dies in your arms.
We have ways of making you talk.
They had absolutely nothing.
By the way, did I miss any conversation of importance when I was forced to reboot?
No, when you DC'd, we took a 5-minute break.
And that is when the popcorn appeared.
Sunflower seeds here. Ranch.
Okay, you guys were on the way to the tower.
Are we making you hungry, Kevin, yet?
Kinda, yes, but yeah, I'll be all right. I had a large lunch.
What
That
you
will
have?
help.
Yeah, I made me like 3 hot dogs, and then I had some macaroni salad. And then all day at the comic book shop playing D&D, I was snacking on Little Ritz Bit sandwiches. Feathergale Spire rises from a pillar of rock high into the air, the tallest point for miles. Built from white limestone and embellished in marble, the spire resembles a gleaming sword that pierces the sky. The gatehouse faces the opposite cliff, its drawbridge the only apparent point of entry. Tall, wide windows encompass the bottom level of the tower, absent only upon the gatehouse side. A circle of open stall rings the tower foundation where it meets the rock. Above each stall, the sculpture of a hippogriff in flight leaps from the tower base. Beneath Feathergale Spire, to the east, a wide, gusty canyon yawns through the hills.
Wrong. These are even cooler. I look up. Are there hippogriffs flying around the tower?
No.
Do we know what kind of birds are flying around the tower?
Roll me a perception check.
That doesn't look too shabby.
You notice giant vultures.
Ah, I was right.
Do they appear to be circling around a particular area where there might be carrion, or are they actually going around the tower itself?
They're flying around the tower.
Are there any obvious points of entry? Tower?
There's a drawbridge. It's the only way in. A gap of 20 feet separates the ledge where the path ends from the closed drawbridge on Feathergale Spire. The space between the cliff edge and the gatehouse door, several hundred feet to the bottom of the canyon near the ledge, a brass bell hangs from a wooden post.
How tall is the tower?
It's pretty tall.
Well, I'll bite. I think we got to ring the bell to let them know we're here so they can lower the drawbridge to us.
Yep. It's about 4 stories tall.
Well, I'll ring the bell.
You notice a window, a small window near the gate opens, and a female knight looks at you and says, "Greetings, how may I help you?"
Well, we're here. We're hoping to find some shelter and some information. But first, do you have any idea why the vultures are surrounding your little tower here?
She says, "Oh, you look like the friendly sort," and she lowers the drawbridge for you guys. And she tells you the vultures are their mounts.
Oh,
Oh,
so you don't do hippogriffs?
Nope.
Aw.
So they're like really big vultures.
Why the hell does this say this is chapter 7? Why the hell do they... I'm
Well,
so...
I'll cross the bridge.
I'm honestly so used to freaking, to Adventures League that it kind of weirds me out when they put you in... When books jump all over the damn place.
True.
So you guys are gonna follow her across?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Okay. She introduces herself as Savara Bellabranta, and she escorts you through the spire and up to the pinnacle. The commander of the Feathergale Knights is a well-built human male in his early 50s, embossed with feather patterns ornament the plates of his armor, and his kingly cloak boasts a feathered mantle. He smooths his white blonde hair into place and then bows low before you as if he were only a lowly courtier. And he says, "Welcome to Feathergale Spire, retreat of the Feathergale Society. I am Thrall Merkoska, the Lord Commander."
Greetings. Come from Red Larch. We are on our way to Belliard and noticed your wonderful abode here.
Greetings, Commander. My name is Blue. I am happy to assist you with anything while we're here.
Greetings, my friends. Please come. Stay. Tonight is the feast to celebrate the 10th year of our society.
Now, Commander, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but is one of your number missing? We came across some graves over on those hills, and I'll kind of point in the general direction, that was wearing a mantle, much like the one that you're wearing.
Thrall's face darkens. Great evil lurks amongst these hills, he says. Depraved cultists led by wretched monsters. But let us speak of such matters after the feast has warmed our blood.
We will speak then, as that is one of the things we have come here to ask you about.
Are you guys going to join the feast? Yeah,
Sure.
Sure.
you
Where's
basically
the alcohol?
you guys have a few hours of rest. I'm gonna say like 2 hours before the feast starts, so that's gonna give you a short rest.
I will enjoy the feast without actually eating or drinking anything. I'll spend all of it talking and holding a glass.
And as you head into the dining hall for the feast, clad in the finest garments of velvet brocade, the knights feast at a curved table in the great hall, where twin hearths blaze. Thrall Merkosa sits at the head of the table. Thrall says, "Honored guest, tell us of your adventures in the somber hills. Let us aid you in any way we can.
Journey does not seem quite. This is an amazing location. How did you come by it?
This location has been part of ours for ages now.
And who built it? Just curious how all this limestone got here.
Give me a second. Yeah, I am definitely printing that out. Okay. It tells me to look in chapter 2 for that answer. It's not there, so I apologize.
So,
we make small talk, and we discuss the location, and then we tell them about the.
Yes, he tells you what you wanted to know about it. I can't roleplay it because I honestly don't have an answer for you.
No worries.
alright, we will not grill on about where the limestone came from, who engineered and architected this place,
Why are they here instead
You-
of somewhere else?
you
the
all-
significance of these grounds.
When you ask where the limestone came from, you all of a sudden notice his hair puff up and he holds his arms slightly open. Aliens.
How about that?
Aliens? What is an alien?
It was a joke.
Thought you were going to open up a portal and Kirk would step out.
The doors to the great hall fly open, and a sentry from the pinnacle shouts, "Manticore! It's on the move!" At this announcement, the Feathergale knights rise as one, the feast before them unfinished. And Thrall says, "We should take this opportunity to slay the monster," Thrall says. From his finger he removes a feather-patterned golden ring set with a garnet and holds it aloft, saying, "A prize for the one who brings me the beast's head."
Where was this beast last seen?
You just heard the guy scream, "It's on the move." He offers you guys to join up with a group of 4 Feathergale knights in the hunt for this Manticore.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
As I say, like he's on the move, like that away, or
4 Feathergale knights assemble at the pinnacle, each mounted upon a giant vulture. The moon illuminates the misty canyon below Feathergale Spire. In the far distance, a single shard of darkness moves, flitting in and out of the mist. Then the shadow sinks beneath the bank of clouds, lost again from sight.
Lead the way!
You guys basically jump on mounts and begin the hunt.
Do we each get our own mounts, or
Are we doubled up on 2 vultures, or each of us on our own?
One second. Okay, so yeah, from what this says, it looks like you guys each have your own, like, they've lent you a couple of vulture mounts. You each have your own vulture, and you notice that the knights split up into groups. Villain Blood Elf, thanks for the follow. Yeah, they split up into a few groups, and you're kind of flying in the sky. Visibility is limited to 100 feet within the canyon because of some fog, and it's nighttime at this point.
I consider feeding my vulture a ration bar, but then try to focus on the matter at hand.
You guys fly to the canyon where you last saw the manticore. Fly down.
What is the Manticorum? Is it like flying creature, or is it just like head of a bull or something?
It's looks like has a couple of has a drag. I mean, doesn't it have like a lion's head with wings, leather wings.
Yes.
a spiked tail that can throw spikes?
Wow.
And aren't those spikes poisonous?
I think you're right.
Roll me a nature check to see what you know.
Yeah, I might know a little bit.
I haven't fought one since version 3.
I think this one's named Phil.
As far as you know, as far as you know, the tail spike is not poisonous. Which I find kind of weird, but okay, whatever the monster manual says.
Yeah, because I thought the tail was more like a scorpion's tail that's able to shoot out that spike. I know it looks more like a morning star.
Well, we'll know in a minute, right?
Yep, somebody's bound to catch it on the chin.
So you notice the knights are basically their own group of 4. Are you guys going to stay in your own group or go join with the knights?
Yeah, let's join with the knights.
So you're basically in a canyon, and there's a bunch of different paths. You know that the knights go off in their own direction, and they find absolutely at this point they haven't found anything. Wait, you said you were joining the knights?
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't. You didn't find anything. Who else is joining the knights? Or
I thought we all were joining the night.
okay,
I want to listen to see if I hear any rustling or wings flapping.
roll me perception.
I just want to have some red shirts around.
You don't hear anything. it's eerily quiet.
Like
I
not
want to look
even
up in the sky to
crickets?
see if it's flying.
Last you saw it flew under the mist. You didn't. So, for as far as you know, it has actually landed on the ground somewhere.
Actually, I don't think I've ever seen one fly before. I've always found it in dungeons. In some type of sand dune.
Yeah, I think last time I saw one was White Plume Mountain.
I'll take that back. Outside of getting zapped by that beam that turned this chalk white, I did love getting whelmed.
Try hunting for it on. Or can we help the try to track it down?
Well, I'm just going to plain try and search out big patches of blackness where the creature might be.
You guys are on the ground. There's some vultures floating around. The vultures are kind of their own group. You also see some hippogriffs that are flying around in the sky as well, and they're their own group. It's been a couple of minutes now. The vultures and the hippogriffs. Actually, the vultures. You guys notice the vultures swoop down, and it looks as though they may have found something.
Double time, lads.
Hurry! They follow.
This is weird. I don't understand why there's hippogriffs and vultures. Actually, you guys are your own group. The knights are the ones on the flying vultures. The knights ride giant vultures and stay together as a group. Characters can join the knights group, form their own group, or split into multiple groups. A character or knight who moves more than 100 feet away from the rest of his or her group becomes a separate group. So yeah, the knights are kind of flying around. Did you guys end up joining the knights on the vultures?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I thought we did.
Yeah, okay. Hey, everybody, go ahead and roll me initiative as you come in contact with the manticore, because you were on the backs of the guys.
Oh, bedtime to roll a 2.
What happened to all our rolls?
I mean, I'll let you guys soften them up first.
Go, Ashard, go! Lead the way!
You guys are actually 100 feet away from the vulture. Actually, no, fuck that. I'm not gonna go by what the book says. You're about like 50 feet away from the vulture. The manticore. And he does see you. The hippogriffs are flying above head.
Oh, so we're not with the knights, we're on the ground?
Well, yeah, the vultures swooped down, and the knights and you guys jumped off while the vultures kind of they're circling around, keeping their eyes on the manticore.
So the hippogriff are our allies, right?
Yes. Everything in gray is allied. The only enemy you have is the Manticore itself.
Fortunately, I don't have a spell that targets only one.
Oh, are we using a map for this?
No, this is a theater of the mind. At least for this encounter. I should have mentioned that earlier. I apologize.
They really don't like providing maps or anything anymore, do they?
The books barely provide any maps.
In previous editions, they had a map for everything.
Okay, so if I want familiar help, do I do it like regular or what?
You could do familiar help or regular. Just you give yourself advantage on whatever attack. Or if you're giving advantage to somebody else, you give them advantage on the attack.
Sending a skeletal hand. Owly is annoying the Manticore, and
Okay. Why do you have grant disadvantage on yourself?
oh, it's a mistake.
Varian is gonna launch and knock his bow and launch an arrow at the Manticore. You notice a lot of spikes pop out on the Manticore's tail, and it swings it back and forth a few times, launching three barbs from its tail. One barb flies at Ashhart. It's actually 17 plus 5.
Okay, I'm going to shield it.
Shield gives you how much?
+5.
And what's your AC?
16. You can drag it again on my character. It should block it.
Well, it should have been 17 plus 5, so 17 plus 5 would be a hit anyways.
Oh, that's weird. Anyway, I'm
Yeah,
16 plus 5.
You didn't have mage armor on yourself.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Yeah, change character.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I say misses. The second barb flies at one of the knights. And he dodges out of the way. The final barb flies at a hippogriff, who is hit by it.
Whoa.
I see what you did. You gave mage armor to the to the Manticore.
Oh no, come on.
Nice. You just granted mage armor to the Manticore. Thanks. The Manticore flies up a few. He flies up like 20 feet into the air. Looks like he's gonna go chasing after one of the hippogriffs. This Hippogriff is gonna fly in and attack the Manticore. Actually, no, they're gonna stay flying above, kind of dodging away from the Manticore, looking as though they're more into keeping track of him than anything.
You need to get up in the air, I call out to a knight.
Yeah, you call out to one of the knights, and this first knight on his turn blows a horn, and you notice the vultures change directions and start flying back down to the ground. And that will be his action. None of them can really do anything, so they just sit there waiting for the vultures. Aurea, your turn.
Alrighty, so, can I ready to mount a vulture if the opportunity comes by?
I'm just gonna say once the vultures land, you guys jump on there, so you don't have to ready an action to do that.
Alrighty, so then I will actually do my channel divinity for my weapon, and I will bonus action Wrathful Smite. So I'm concentrating on that. And that would be my turn.
Okay.
So this Manticore, he's still within 50 feet, or did he move?
He flew up like 20 feet.
So he's like 70 feet away?
Yeah.
In that case, I should be able to move about 10 or 20 feet forward and cast Fairy Fire on it, so we don't lose track of it again.
Sure.
I will do so.
Yay!
I think like pale green sounds pretty good. Then I'll back up 10 feet again.
Yep. Pale green light starts flooding around the Manticore. Starts snapping at a little bit. The vultures all come and land next to the knights, and they all hop on one after another, and it took them a little bit of their movement. I'm gonna say it took them half their movement to get back to the knights. So then they fly up 30 feet and begin kind of chasing the Manticore with you guys on their back.
Yay!
Osgrim. So now the Manticore is actually 20 feet away.
Okay, I'm gonna keep that distance, and I'm gonna cast my spiritual hammer.
Actually, you're not the one in control of the mount, but
Oh, okay.
okay.
How far away am I from it then?
You're 20 feet away.
Okay, I'll cast spiritual hammer right next to it, and let me see what I can do with it.
You can attack.
Nah, man, won't be any good.
Shouldn't your spiritual weapon have
Proficiency?
No, shouldn't it have, because of fairy fire, shouldn't it have advantage?
Advantage.
Yeah, roll again. Roll the attack again.
Hit +5 to hit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What is your spell attack should be +5.
20 stole 20 though. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have to update this every time you level?
No, you
Nope.
shouldn't have to.
Should be that magnifying glass above your resist spells, the heading. That magnifying glass should add in wisdom and proficiency. Unless it's set on something else.
It's set on group DC,
Yes,
group
so
attack.
are you looking at the spell or the heading for the spell?
I'm looking at the spell.
Go to
Kevin's
the heading
changing it now.
and
I fixed
yeah.
it.
Oh, okay.
Fantasy Grounds is weird because it should honestly be group attack plus whatever. So that's what it should be. It really should be +5 to hit.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. So back to the top of the order, Ashhart, you are not on a vault. Or actually, yeah, Varian chooses to stay on the ground as he can just shoot arrows straight up at it. But Ashhart, you are on a vulture. And again, I am streaming, so please tell me what you are doing.
Yeah. I see my previous move did very little damage. So I will fly down near the Manticore and do a shatter.
Okay.
I will then give Famir help to the next one. So Auli will stay near the Manticore.
Okay. Varian kind of moves up a little bit, trying to stay under the Manticore, and from where he's at, he shoots an arrow straight up at it. And since he has Fairy Fire, he should honestly have the granted vent.
Yeah, I'm surprised it isn't part of the spell's effect when I dragged it over.
How do you code that? It's GRNT? I'll do it in a little bit. Again, the Manticore swings its tail back and forth a few times, launching some spikes. This time a spike flies down at Varian. And that will hit. Another one flies at you, Blue. Actually, it should have been the 10, not -10, but a 10 misses, right?
I think I'm armor class 16.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
the final one, the 16, flies at Osgrim. Osgrim, what's your AC?
My AC is 18.
So, it misses. The hippogriffs again. They seem to be circling, just trying to keep track of the Manticore. Oops. The knights. They don't move all the way in. They stay at a distance, and they cast Ray of Frost at the Manticore.
Can I tell the one I'm on to ready to move in and take a risk?
Yes. Which one do you want to say you're flying on?
Number 4. That's the one right before me.
Okay. And actually, number 3 and number 4 will fly in. Number 3 will fly in and swing at him with a spear. He actually gets 2 attacks, so he tries to stab him twice with it.
Dang. I think we're the red shirts.
Yes. Yep.
Oops, that was wrong damage. Number 4 does the same. Ah, shoot. He gets 2 attacks.
But
I
he's
said it's
dead.
dead, isn't it?
No, the 2d10s was the wrong damage.
Oh.
Yeah, I rolled 2-handed longsword instead of 2-handed spear.
And now
Now he's dead. All the knights start cheering, and it seems like they're kind of happy after they've hunted down the Manticore.
Three cheers for Fairy Fire!
Yes, indeed.
Nobody expects the dreaded fairy fire.
Beautiful.
Well, now it's just a very pretty glowing corpse.
And you guys earn 700 experience for that. So, yeah, you guys are... Everybody flies back to the tower. What are you guys going to do?
Well,
want
I
us
think
to
our
type
feast
that
got
700
interrupted,
in?
didn't it?
Did you want us to type in the 700, or are you gonna distribute it out?
Yeah, I'll give it at the end of the event, at the end of the day.
Okay.
So we head back to the tower, I guess?
Yes.
Are we still on the vultures?
Yes.
Well, that didn't go so bad, did it?
Yes.
It didn't. Has the food gotten cold by the time we return?
Yes, yes, it has.
I am happy to eat cold leftovers after this bonding experience with the knights.
Osgrim offers a cold ale to Blue when they get back for a job well done.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Anytime. I find any reason to drink.
Well, that was a team effort. I just made
Very
them
much
really
so.
shiny.
Let me ask him if he can take a rest in the tower.
Yeah, he opens up some. There's some rooms for you guys to take a rest in.
Alrighty, and I will ask them what their business is here. Is the focus on hunting manticore and the like their main objective in these parts?
Thrall, you guys have been so polite with him that he discloses the location of the Sacred Stone Monastery. He points it out for you guys. He suspects the reclusive monks could be harboring evil and wants them investigated.
No problem.
Weren't
Will
those
do.
places on the map? On Osgrim's map?
Yeah, I think that is the place on Osgrim's map. I'm kind of confused here.
Oh, why is that?
Kind of don't want to say because it then it gives away some story. Screw it. And also, as you guys are heading off to your rooms, Severos, I think she's the girl that led you guys in. Let me double check. Or Severa. You guys kind of made a strong impression on her with helping find the
Dwarven City.
no the with fighting the Manticore.
Aha!
I'm sorry. Okay. I apologize. I needed to double check something. Savara confides that the Feathergale Knights have a secret mission to master elemental air to annihilate Waterdeep's enemies. Savara offers to meet with Thrall to request he recruit the characters into the Feathergale Knights.
Kevin, what's their overall alignment?
Let you know in a second. Doesn't tell me an alignment for her. But these guys all seem like they're knights of Waterdeep.
Okay. I just want to make sure they're not like chaotic neutral and tomorrow they'll be trying to take over Waterdeep.
That's kind of where you guys are at.
Griffin Roost. Griffins?
You guys are basically came down a path near the spire, and you're in the spire now. But that's the valley where you were flying around and hunting the manticore.
Okay.
Well, it appears we know where its lair is.
Yep.
Perhaps we should go to its lair?
And check to see if it has some magical items.
That might work.
Are we leaving like directly from the feast, or do we get to rest, or? Because I think it was nighttime, wasn't it?
Yeah, you guys get to rest.
Short rest, correct?
Actually, it's nighttime. You guys get a long rest.
Oh, okay.
Before I go to sleep, I'd like to use my last 3 first level spell slots to make a big handful of 30 good berries. Berries. Speaking of, my armor's feeling a little tight lately. I don't know what it is. Do these pants make my backside look big?
Oscar just
always
says,
is.
good night, I'll see you all tomorrow. He will not answer that question.
Oh, there's no table for determining what your character looks like.
It looks like we can follow the river to the Manticore lair. Should we try that?
Looks like the fastest route.
There's a few other spots around if you guys want to go investigate.
I borrowed those.
Head out there a minute, Gale.
So what are you guys gonna do?
Follow the river to the Manicore's lair.
Yeah,
Be
that's
an
what I'm
eye
thinking.
out for hostiles on the way there. All around. Why am I in it?
Why are you rolling it in the the tower.
Oh, I'm sorry. The previous game I was playing, it was like roll everything at the dice tower, so I got used to it.
Yeah, you rolled an 8. You can see absolutely nothing.
Awesome.
As you leave the tower and you come across dead rocks, you notice a giant vulture picking at the gruesome remains on the rocks.
You guys want to examine the corpse real quick?
What can we tell from 30 feet away?
Roll me perception.
All of us?
Or actually, roll me investigation as you're kind of all just circling the corpse.
Even better.
Ashhartha, from 30 feet away, you can see that the bones belong to a humanoid creature. You discover rusty stains among the rocks and bone fragments, indicating that many more humanoids have died here. And you're the only one that notices this. Nobody else does.
I convey the information when I can. Well, Ashard does.
Yes. This time I want, as you guys are continuing on your way, I want Blue to roll me a d20. Just a straight up d20.
Uh-oh. Alright, here comes our doom. We gotta swing that around a few times.
No whammies, no whammies.
Behold my averageness.
You guys are alright, nothing happens. You're following the river down.
To Stillwater and ride a pack of dogs?
So I'm assuming you're coming up to V4.
That sounds about right.
A river courses through the canyon, winding around tall spires and through the base of a plateau. Coarse green shrubs huddle along its banks. And yeah, as you're coming across, you notice a bunch of humanoid dog-looking people.
Before we actually get to the Manicore, can we stop at B8 to get the morning drink?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me initiative as these gnolls notice you and begin to draw their weapons. Ashhart, are you casting mage armor on yourself again in the morning?
Oh, the dreaded
Indeed.
gnolls.
Hyena looking little creatures.
You know, I honestly should get on one of those map making websites and make some maps for this shit. Though they'll probably look crappy as fuck. Ashharth, it is your turn again. This is Theater of the Mind. There is no map.
Is there a way to get them with Thunderwave or with the Shatter?
You can hit them all with Shatter. They're kind of gathered around, but you'd have to run up to them to hit them with Thunderwave.
Would it be possible with Thunderwave?
Thunderwave would only hit the Pack Lord and 1 and 2.
That's quite sufficient.
Where Shatter would hit all of them.
will give familiar help to whoever next goes for Gnoll Pack Lord.
They are pushed 10 feet back. They are not. They are now 40 feet away from the group. Null 3 is still 30 feet away. Actually, Null 3 is 30 feet away from the group, 10 feet away from you. Blue, it is your turn.
All right, this Pack Lord, does he have a couple of the other gnolls around him? Like within 5 feet?
Ooh, call lightning.
Well, Ice Knife, but...
Yeah, they are. 1 and 2 are nearby.
I'm going to try to Ice Knife the Pack Lord and hopefully catch the other 2 gnolls in the little ice explosion.
Okay.
Come on, no whammies. Well, I did miss him, but I still might catch him with cold damage.
Actually, he succeeded on the save for the cold damage.
Ah, okay, let me take him off. I gotta roll for the other 2. Oh, wow, they all succeeded. Alright, I tried, guys.
Try. And I will move 15 steps, so I'm 25 feet of them. And I will raise throw a javelin at the Gnoll Pack Lord.
Okay.
A miss, and I will move back.
Varian stands where he's at and lets loose an arrow at the gnoll closest to Ashheart. Wow. Osgrim, your turn.
How far away am I from the pack leader?
40
Pack
feet.
Lord? 40 feet. And is there any gnoll between me and him?
No. William is between you and him.
Okay. I'm gonna cast a 2nd level spell. My handy dandy spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And I will attack the pack lord with it. And I am done. Passing to the next.
The pack lord pulls out a longbow and takes a shot at William. I stayed on that 16 for a little too long. Actually, it takes 2 shots since it has multi-attack. It hits William.
I'm going to shield. It's going to be 24.
Okay, does anybody know what Rampage does?
No, I do not. Let me look it up on the web, though.
I think that's when the giant lizard climbs up the side of the building and punches it until it falls down?
Oh no, there was a monkey involved in that as well.
Ah, yeah.
As he looks towards Knoll number 2 and entices it into a rampage.
Okay, rampage.
Okay, I got it. It's actually on the Knolls.
Yep, I found it too. Oh, it's like they're a barbarian.
Yep. It's okay, I get it. I see what it does now. Knoll 2 comes running towards you, William, with his spear drawn. And
William is a level 25 Celestial.
he misses with his spear, but since he's rampaging, he actually tries to chomp down on your neck. And that will also miss. Knoll 1, seeing that you hit him with thunder wave, pulls out a longbow and shoots at you from a distance, and misses. Knoll 3 runs over towards Osgrim. You moved up.
No, I didn't. You said I was 40 feet away.
Knoll 3 runs up to you. You were 30 feet away from Knoll 3, so he runs up to you and tries to stab at you with his spear. And he will hit you for 9 damage.
What number was that one?
Number 3.
Okay, thank you.
Ashhart, your turn. He's standing right in your face, snarling and yipping.
Is there a way to get more than one enemy while avoiding adjacent to more than one enemy while avoiding all allies in that adjacent?
I'm not understanding what you're trying to say.
I want to make sword burst and I want to avoid all allies.
Sword Burst is a melee attack and only activates when the other thing moves.
No, that's Booming Blade.
I find out what Sword Burst does then.
I think that's like d6 damage to everyone within 5 feet of you. Am I remembering that right?
Yes.
Yeah, nobody is within 5 feet of you except the Knoll.
Okay. Is there a way for me to change position to get more than one enemy adjacent to me while avoiding all allies?
Nope.
Okay, I'll then just Acid Splash and we'll give familiar help to someone else.
Okay.
Could you remind me which enemy is adjacent to Ashhart?
Knoll number 2 is adjacent to you.
And we'll give familiar help to whoever goes for the Pack Lord next.
Okay. Blue, your turn.
Alright, if I was following this, all of them except for Knoll 1 moved into melee range with one of our party members, correct? Knoll 1 hung back and shot?
Yes.
And
Knoll
the
1
Pack
Knoll 1 and the Pack Lord hung back and shot.
Ah, so the Pack Lord and Knoll 1 are still next to each other then?
No, they are not.
Oh, do they move apart a little bit?
Well, Null 2 was kind of in the middle.
Oh, okay. All right. So they're like 10 feet apart.
Yeah.
I
All right.
gotcha.
Well, no, actually, they were close to each other, but then they kind of spread out a little bit when they shot their arrows.
Okay. We're just deciding what spell to cast. I'll try and ice knife the pack leader again. Just why not? Even if I don't catch a second one, it's worth taking a shot.
Yep.
Oh, I hit him, but he doesn't take cold damage. All right. Take what you can get, right? Oh, well, even if it's only 2 damage. Well, it's something.
I will run forward and pass the note. As I pass, I will stop and hit it. And then I will run forward. So my third, I guess, since I'm 40 feet away from the Pack Lord, I get within him, and then that will be my turn.
Yep. Varian just hangs back again and shoots his bow. Shoots his bow at the Pack Lord. And his arrow lands true, but barely scratches the Pack Lord. Oscar.
Osgrim is going to continue with his spiritual weapon to attack the Pack Lord.
Yep.
Now that's his bonus action. He's going to, correct?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to use my full action to stop what I've been attacking and attack Null number 3 that hit me.
Okay.
And I will be attacking him with my not so trusty Warhammer. No, when I show it no love, then it comes through for me.
Yeah, your Warhammer crunches into his face.
Ooh.
Ow.
So, Gale, you're 10 feet away from the Pack Lord.
I am. Bearing down on him, but an E.
You see him pull back on his bow and he lets loose a shot at William. First one will miss. Second one will miss. And he'll point at Null number 3 and kind of yip and growl. Null 1 runs up to you. Ariane swings, tries to stab you with a spear. 18, I'm assuming,
18?
hits. With both his hands, he tries to run you through with the spear, but is barely able to scratch him as you're raging and push it out the way.
Yay!
Null 3 tries to stab at you with his spear, Osgrim. And I'm assuming a 12 misses. And seeing that he's kind of rampaging by order of the Pack Lord, he tries to bite you. But you punch him in the face as he's trying to bite you and cause him to reel back. Ashhart, your turn. Did you guys hear me with that last one? Okay.
Is there a way for me to get in melee with the Pack Lord?
Sure, you can run up to the Pack Lord.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll have Aldi help me.
Is the wizard going berserker?
No, the wizard forgot he's a blade mage because he's racially dysmorphic, and he sometimes there are different lives. He at night he dreams he's a different he's reincarnated.
Alright, am I the only one that wants to hear the Ash Hearth battle cry when he runs into battle? Or the battle sing?
You are not alone. Come on, give it.
Yeah, so I go at it with my short sword and my offhand dagger.
Okay.
I thought your battle cry was "fuck the Harpers."
Yeah, that's another one of what he dreams is reincarnations.
Inspired by Ash Hearth, I will cast Shillelagh, and I will go into hand-to-hand combat with the Null Pack Leader 2, yelling
He's-
my battle cry.
He's 40 feet away from you.
What? Is there one at least within 30 feet?
There should be.
Oh, there should be.
Number 3 is next to Osgrim.
I'll go after number 3. Just to show that pack leader I mean business.
Okay.
Oh, I do mean business.
Your flowery club smacks him in the face.
Do not doubt the power of the petunias.
I
He
turn towards.
He sneezes as some pollen gets into his nostrils.
You know, real men can appreciate flowers. We can't talk about it very often, but we can.
Osgrim screams out, "That's it! Bust that snout!"
I pull back on my rapier and then I let it forth onto the mole one that has approached.
Okay.
And then I run forward towards Null Pack Lords. So
And you run Null 1 through right into the heart, and then kick him off your blade and still in a rage you run towards the pack leader. Varian just kind of takes a couple of steps back and just continues loosing arrows at the pack leader. Oops, I didn't even roll the attack, I just rolled the damn damage. He hit anyways. But the aim of his arrow wasn't true, it barely scratched the pack leader. Osgrim.
Osgrim becomes inspired by the brutality of his friends and
the
calls his
dedication.
he calls for his spiritual hammer to put an end to the pack lord.
It.
Okay.
Whoops, I double rolled, but both of them missed.
The
He shakes his head in disgust and grinds his teeth.
actually
and
you had the wrong one targeted.
Oh. You're right.
So I'll let you re-roll that one. I'll be a nice guy.
And it's much appreciated.
Whoa.
Yeah, your
Stunning.
spiritual warhammer smashes him in the face. And then I'm assuming you're going to use your action to attack Null 3.
That is correct, sir. I'm going to smack him in the face with my warhammer.
Okay.
Oh, that was just teasing me. Did you see how
I
that 16
know.
slid?
Yes, it was like tipping over. It's like no. Oh,
Yeah, he dodges out the way. The
miss. I mean, yeah.
the pack leader seeing you come in, Gale. He drops his longbow and pulls out a glaive. And,
I grin at him.
and he swings once at you and once at William.
Still hit.
Oh, this could get ugly.
I'm going to shield that. Sure, it does.
So it's 16 plus 5.
That'll still hit.
Oh no, it's actually more because he's blade singing.
Yes.
I'm not hearing any singing though.
It's the blades. The blades are singing.
Can't touch this. Dang, 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 dang.
Again, as you're in a rage, you barely even feel that hit you.
Smashes it into gum stop bleeding, and I turn back to him and grin, all bloody.
Null 3 again tries to stab you with his spear, Osgrim. Actually, no. Blue, he comes after you because you hit him with some flowers. He didn't like getting hit with the flowers, yeah.
It's like, it smells like flowers of patchouli.
And he misses you.
His allergies are getting to him.
Ashhart, your turn.
I will again go with my blade singing instinct. So with my short sword and offhand dagger.
And he goes down.
Wow.
Ah! And can I reach Gnoll 3 within 30
Nope.
feet?
40 feet away.
Could I drop my main weapon and get something that I can throw?
You have your dagger in your offhand.
Oh yeah, okay.
But you'll be throwing at disadvantage since you're more than 20 feet away. Unless you're moving 20 feet closer.
No, I have other daggers.
Okay.
I guess aerodynamic daggers. They got little fins on them.
He hears you coming at him because you battle cry after killing the boss, and he sees the dagger coming and bats it off to the side. Blue, your turn.
Finish him!
I'll attempt to shillelagh him. Oh, it looks promising.
Woohoo!
Hey, there we go.
Your flowers kill him. He goes into anaphylactic shock as the the pollen goes down his nasal cavity. Death by allergy. And
Let this be a warning to you. Take an EpiPen where you go.
you know, you guys
Never.
still have that +1 dagger sitting in the party sheet.
Yep. Osgrim smiles at the druid and says, "Death by dandelions." Classic.
And as you search the corpses, you notice that the Null pack leader had a severed human finger, which still had a gold ring attached to it.
Gold ring.
Yep.
Was it the same, like, a ring that the...
Nope, it's just a plain gold ring worth 25 gold.
So it's not like the commander's ring?
Nope.
Guys, a short rest would be nice.
Actually, we're gonna call it here. It's almost 3 in the morning, and I want to get some sleep.
And Asher, do you want to use the dagger since it seems... I thought you put it to use.
No, because, yeah, I could use it in my main hand, but I won't use it often. So, if no one else, if somebody else would use it, it would be better. But if not, yeah, I'll use it.
Languish in the party... Well...
Well, are we able to take a short rest before we quit, or do you got more no goodery planned for us for next time?
I might have no more. I might have more no more goodery planned for you next time.
Also,
I'll actually next time I'll give you a short rest, but I'll have you roll to see if you get a random encounter.
Oh,
And I'm gonna mute TeamSpeak for a second so I can do my outro for YouTube and Twitch. But I will be right back.
Sound muted.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you haven't hit that follow button, please go ahead and hit it. Thanks for the follows today, everyone that's here. You guys are lucky, and I will give you 100 gold. Thanks all for being here. Also, guys, everybody from YouTube, if you're watching these, please go ahead and hit the follow button, or hit the subscribe button, and hit the thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. Have a good night, guys, and I will see you next time.